We're gonna talk about Draymond, about punching Jordan Poole in the eye since tempers flared, whatever happened. Did you guys fight amongst yourselves? They said because
Nobody, Shannon, is going to beat you up worse than Rick Mahorn. So, I remember one time Isaiah got in a fight with Tony Campbell, and they were throwing, and Tony threw one at his head, and Isaiah ducked. He said, "Hey man, don't hit me in the face. It's a body fight." Tony looked at me.
Where they do that at?
I don't know. But then I remember one time, basketball players fight like this. Yo, man. That's how basketball players fight, backing up, right? Mark Aguirre don't fight like that. Mark Aguirre, he was up in there like
Mark from West Side Chicago.
Whew, Mark was in there like Joe Frazier in that joint, and I was like, oh, don't mess with him. Bill Lambert did me dirty, man. He grabbed my jersey like I was in soccer, like I was in hockey. He pulled that jersey over my head. He was like, young fella. I laugh about it to this day. I was like, boy, I let him get the jersey over my head.
But so when you guys, okay, you fought amongst yourselves. I guess that brought you guys closer.
Yeah.
But when you stepped on the court, ain't nobody messing with us.
Dude, and I'm telling you, to the point where it transpired, when you put on the jersey, all of a sudden you got the feeling. And I can tell you that my boy Darryl Walker, D. Walker from Chicago, when Karl Malone clocked Isaiah in the head,
he opened that.
Darryl Walker ran from the far bench all the way down and hit Karl. All the way from the bench on the court, full speed, like I'm from this side of Chicago, and hit him. So that mentality, Rick Mahorn, I remember they came at Rick.
Man, they was
have
scared
to get in.
Yeah, man, they were scared of Rick.
Yeah, we should be. Rick, when I was a rookie, man, him and Sid Green got in a fight, and we teammates, man, hit me in the jaw, kicked me in the knee. Looking down, when grown folks are fighting, be quiet, huh?
What if you guys would have had Oakley on your team? So it'd have been you, Mahorn, Oak, Lambert, you, Rodman.
So Oakley doesn't talk.
No.
Dennis doesn't talk. Joe Dumas doesn't. They don't talk.
Right.
And I know people are like, what are you talking about? I used to say to Joe that I can go and he'll hear me because he don't talk. He just read lips. So those three on a squad which had talkers like me, Rick, Bill, and Isaiah, it would have fit in. I just don't know. There's been no room for him because that means he would have been taking some of my minutes or some of Bill's minutes or some of Rick's. That's what we were fighting in practice for. So, no, he wouldn't have been good on our squad.
The 80, what was 80? Because I think a lot of this generation, I mean, you can watch highlights on YouTube and things like that. But what was the 80s? What was the physicality like in 80s basketball? Try to compare it because you played in the 2000s. Obviously, Commissioner Stern has
say it again. Let them know.
You played in the 2000s because obviously they were trying to get away from that brand of basketball. But the physicality in the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s when you ended.
Okay. I was going to show you the back of my head, but I had a pimple. And my daughter said, look. So it's the night before the All-Star game. It's February 1987. I can smell Atlanta from Detroit. I can't wait till my 7 o'clock flight. But I got a game the night before.
Okay.
Playing against San Antonio and this Artis Gilmore. And I pump faked him. And this giant lean. And I was like, oh, I got him. And he elbowed me in the head. And I hit the ground. And I'm telling you, the room was spinning. I heard that before, but I was like, whoa. And Vinny was like, come on, Sal, get up, man. Don't let him see you hurt. I was like, I'm hurt. Like, don't let him see it. What am I supposed to do? Jump in a tent? I'm hurt. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't play for Miami. I'm hurt. Y'all get that joke later. Anyway, I get on the foul line, and I'm telling you, I'm like, oh, man, I want to vomit right now. And I don't know, never had a concussion or knew what it was.
Right.
And then they tell me I have a concussion, and I can't go to sleep the whole night before. But Artis Gilmore hit me, and and there was nothing I can do about it. It's like, you put your hands up and you're like, just let me go, man. Just let me go. He was so big, and I mean, guys like Maurice Lucas was trying to break my elbow. It felt like it was like a wrestling match.
Y'all really had they had the old school enforcers back then. They really had the enforcers back
And
then.
the refs understood that was his job.
Right.
They were so old that they would come to training camp to get in shape. And he's I'm down to 5 cigarettes a day. You know what I'm saying? They were smoking cigarettes and drinking cognacs and putting it out and then going and playing for 42 minutes. Kind of like you and I.
You know what to do. Hit the subscribe button and become an official member of Club Shay Shay, where we do something before two something.